Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we'll be learning how to make a granny square skirt using granny square patches. Today we'll be using acrylic yarn, a 5mm hook, darning needle, scissors and a tape measure, and of course we'll be doubling our strands of yarn. We'll start by making a granny square. If you don't know how to make a granny square, you can check back on my previous video. Trust me, it's beginner friendly, and of course making different sizes and color making different colors. To start with, make sure you have your hip measurements and your preferred skirt length measurements. So today we'll be working with a size small to medium, which is 40 inches or 102 centimeters on our measuring tape. I've made 8 rows of granny squares and I have 10 inches with stretch, which means I'll be needing 4 squares to give 40 inches of the hip measurement we took. For joining, I'll be using the single crochet method. Always know that you have to start joining from each corners of each squares. We start by making a knot. Now insert your hook inside the first corner and pull the loop and chain one. Next, you go into the next corner, yarn over and pull the loop, yarn over and pull through all, which makes it a single crochet. So you turn your work. For comfort, then you go into the first granny square stitch, you yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, then you go to your next granny square. On the first double crochet stitch, go into, you pull a yarn over and pull, yarn over and pull through all. You do that for the next double crochet stitch. You go into the stitch, yarn over and pull, yarn over and pull through all, and repeat the process all the way. Know that as you work, you are hiding your loose end. Go into a stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all. On your second granny square, go into a stitch, yarn over and pull, yarn over and pull through all. So your stitch should be looking like this on the outside and like this on the inside. Repeat this process till you get to this corner of your granny square, and I will show you what I have next. When you get to the next corner of your granny square, you chain one and yarn off. The it should look like this on the outer part and like this on the inner. I've made 16 squares in total to get my preferred skirt length. If you prefer a shorter skirt, you can make fewer squares to get your desired length. I'm about to join my last patches, so I'm starting from this point and end at this point. We start by making a knot. Insert your hook here and pull the loop and make a chain, and pick the other part of your square at the corner and yarn over and pull through it and pull through the two loops. So as usual, I turn my work for comfort and I begin my single crochet in the double crochet stitch. I've seamed all 4 patches together, and I've also seamed this side to get the preferred length of my skirt. I left out 2 squares to get a slit, a side slit, and that's what I want.
So after making our 4 squares per row, I have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 to get our 40 inches measurements like we mentioned. So we're going to work on the waistband, and we're going to be using the single crochet back loop only or front loop only method to work our waist. So this method that we're going to use is going to give the waist this tighter or smaller feel compared to the hip size. So you don't have to worry about having like a very small waist when you use this particular method that we are going to use. So let's get into it. You make your knot. You can also change your hook size to make this waist pattern that we're about to use. You can change your hook size to a smaller one if you want your waist to be smaller. So we're going to attach our yarn. Depending on how big you want your waist to be, you can chain as long as you want your waist to, that's the waistline to be. So, but I'm going to be working with 11 chains, which is going to be 10 stitches eventually. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I'm going to be working the single crochet into from the second chain into every chain, the single crochet into every chain till I get to the end. So you make sure you have 10 single crochets. So always make sure you check it from time to time to be accurate. So I have this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So what we are doing next is we are going into the next stitch, which is this double crochet stitch with a slip stitch. Then you go into the next one also. You can use this method to also work your sweater bands. So we have made 2 slip stitches into 2 double crochet stitch. So you chain 1, you turn it like this, and then you work single crochets in this front loop only till you get to the end of the row. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we have that. Then you chain 1, then you walk back to this point again, making sure your single crochets are 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we make what? Slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. That's 1 and then 2. Then you chain 1, then you turn again. You work only in your front loop our single crochets all the way till you get to the beginning of the row again. Then you walk back. You're just going to be doing the repetition. You chain 1, you turn again, you walk it into your front loop only, like that. So if you are not sure of your stitches, count it: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10. Then you walk your slip stitch into the next 2 stitches, chain 1, and then you turn and you walk back. So we're going to be doing a repetition of this, and you walk it all the way round. When we get back here, I'll show you what to do next. So after making the single crochet waistband pattern that I showed, this is what I have. You can see that the waist has curved in a bit more than the body of the skirt. So this is what it will look like. And I'm already here. So sometimes it depends, you can yarn off and then seam your work with your darning needle, or you can just join with a single crochet also. So you make sure you pick a stitch from each side like that. You are still working with your one loop like that, one stitch here, one stitch here, to finish up the band. So if you've been maintaining your 10 single crochet per row, your stitches will be accurate. You won't have anyone left after doing this joining. So I have 2 stitches left, which is this, and then the last one, like that. So we chain one and then we yarn off. Yes. So this is what we have. Our band is ready. So from here we just cut off our excess yarns and we'll weave in the rest of the excesses like this one. So don't forget to take measurements or know the size of what you want to make before starting it. That way you'll be able to make something that will fit or that will suit the body perfectly. Also, your if you are using maybe smaller granny squares and all that, just make sure that when you add all the sides, be all the width of the granny square, it must make the exact measurement of the skirt you want. And note that if you are using acrylic yarn, it means it will stretch out. So you should always calculate stretch with it. But if you are using cotton yarn will not stretch out. So I'll show you the final look on our dummy so you can see. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you like, make sure you tag Maecrochet when you make your skirts so I can see it also. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hi everybody. So this is the skirt we just made, and as explained in the tutorial, we made 4 squares. That's so each square now, as we said, is 10 inches with stretch. So when you are making yours, if you are making a bigger size or a smaller size, make sure each of your squares, especially if you are using 4 squares, should be able to sum up to the measurement of your hip. Your hip measurements round like that. So when you are done getting your hip measurements, then you can work on the length of your skirt. You can make as many squares as you want and add to it and join as you work. So this is what it looks like. This is the back. We wanted a slit, so we left the sides open, as you can see. But if you don't want any slit in your skirt, or if you want a back slit, you can join this one all the way down and then leave this one open. So whichever way you like it is fine. Then I think that's about it. So thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and share and like, of course, all our videos. Bye.